In the next few lectures, we're going to be discussing the topic subject-verb agreement. It's one of the biggest problem areas in English grammar and in writing. So we're going to spend quite a bit of time on looking at the different problems that occur or that result from subject-verb agreement. The most important thing to keep in mind is that the subject of a sentence must agree with the verb in number. When we talk about number in a subject, what we mean is whether the noun or the pronoun is singular or plural. As you know, most nouns in English make their plurals by adding s, but there are also many nouns that have irregular plurals in English. For example, the plural of woman is women, the plural of stimulus is stimuli, the plural of analysis is analyses, the plural of index is indices, although sometimes you will see indexes written. The plural phenomenon is phenomena. And then you get those irritating words where the singular and the plural are the same, such as fish or deer. And then you've got other irregulars like foot. The plural of foot is feet. And as you know, there are so many of these. So that's one issue that we have to learn when we're learning English. The second thing is that we have pronouns that are singular and we have pronouns that are plural. In the case of a subject, the singular pronouns are I, you, he, she, and it. And the plural pronouns are we, you, and they. Notice in English we don't formally have a you singular and a you plural. They're both the same, although many of you will know that some other dialects are used most commonly you all or y'all to indicate the plural versus the singular. Then we also have the problem with the pronouns in the objective case. So singular pronouns are me, you, him, her, and it. And the plurals are us, you, and them. And then with the possessives, we have my, your, his, her, its. Those are the singular possessive pronouns. And the plural possessive pronouns are our, your, and their. As we know, the singular and plural forms of the verb for the first person and second person are the same in the present tense. I see, we see, you see, you see. The verb is always the same for all persons, both singular and plural, in the past tense. I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they saw. So the only person that causes us trouble is the third person present tense. He, she, it sees, they see. The only exception is the verb to be. Here we have differences in both the present and past tense and between the first and third person. I am, we are. I was, we were. He, she, it is, they are. He, she, it was, they were. So, if, except for the verb to be, the only problem is with the third person present tense, then why do writers have so much trouble with subject-verb agreement? Well, there are some simple problems that we could look at. On a simplistic level, some of the confusion comes from the S sound. Some people get confused with the S ending on the plural noun and the S ending on the singular verb. Others get confused by an S sound in a singular noun and thinking that the noun is plural when writing. So, for example, scientists study. That's incorrect. It's scientists study. That's the correct form. Another problem is that some people get confused by an S sound in the verb and think that the verb is singular. For example, a fireman risked his life. It should be a fireman risks his life. Or there's confusion with double S sounds, such as the scientist exists to work, which is incorrect. It's the scientist exists to work. That is correct. There's one other problem that I would like to address in this lecture, and that is the problem with dialect. Many of us learn a form of English that's not correct. For example, with the verb do. She don't do well in school. I'm sure you've heard that said before. That is incorrect grammar. She doesn't do well in school is the correct form. Or another example would do, he do fine when he try. Both do and try are incorrect. They're both plural forms of the verb when they should be singular. He does fine when he tries. That's the correct form. Another common error is with the verb go. They goes to school every day is incorrect. They go to school every day, the plural form of the verb to go. That's correct because the subject they is also plural.